Alrighty, another episode. So, I did make my choice. For those, I put a question on Instagram, recurve or compound for this evening's sit. I'm gonna do the recurve. It's gonna be pretty thick in here. I'm actually trying a new spot. Trying to beat the rain. It's gonna be like raining pretty good in about a few hours here. So I actually scouted this place late last year, like late December. It was like -5 or something. I kind of did a spot and stock, kind of moved around, checked out the area. Excuse me. So my plan is to, in this area, it's actually, if you go behind me, way that way, there's a river, and up the river there's really steep bluffs. And I saw, just like the the hunting beast method and Dan Infalt, whatever you guys all know, like the military crest kind of thing. So third of the way down on the leeward side, which I'm assuming is the leeward side, I saw lots of trails. So up high is a bluff, and up high there's all kinds of acorn. Acorns are dropping like crazy all over the place. So my plan is to just kind of go and sit in there. Hopefully something comes up from the bluffs and goes across to across the acorn kind of, or oak flat that I'm in. And then on the other side of that bluff is kind of a big downward pit. Some of you in Minnesota may know exactly where I am. Whatever, doesn't matter. There's other hunters in here. Apparently, I pulled up to the parking lot. Someone said 2 other guys already went in. So I'm going to try not to step on someone's toes. And hopefully, with enough activity in here, maybe they'll kick something to me. Or maybe I'll kick something to them. I don't know. But I'll keep you posted. See ya. Alright guys. So I'm kind of in the woods proper here. I'm going to try and sneak slowly. This looks a whole lot different than what it did late December. All this foliage is so thick, and it's really crunchy. So my plan is to just kind of like bust in there, make noise, and settle down quickly, because it'll take me forever to walk through this stuff. Alright guys, we're in the tree. Kind of a crooked tree, even with all the adjustment on this stand. I'm kind of still leaning forward a little bit, but it's not bad. It's actually downhill this way and that way, kind of a gully. Over there past yonder is going to be the river. Behind me this way is kind of the higher bluffs, and this is pretty thick, and I'm kind of hoping that they kind of filter through this way. So yeah, so I already ran into another hunter. I walked like 20 yards from him, and I didn't realize that he was there, and he kind of had to like chirp at me, kind of like a squirrel, And I said, "Oh, sorry." Public land. He's a few hundred yards that way. I tried to put enough distance if we could, but I'm not really in his zone. Plus I wanted to go deeper, because I think they're going to come from me towards him if they go. So if anything happens, I'll let you go. I'll let you know. Well, it's raining pretty good. Kind of ill-equipped for rain. Don't really have good rain gear. And well, it doesn't look it there, but on radar it's a pretty good rain coming. Don't really feel like being on a metal platform while cold and shivering and all that, so I figured I'd get down. Plus the area I was in, man, I thought it was a little bit farther away from the trails, but because then I already bumped into another hunter, and then off, I could see like other people use this for hiking and jogging and that kind of stuff, for mountain biking. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different plan. I really wanted to be right where they're coming up out of those bluffs, onto the flats, onto the the high oak savannas areas, or whatever you want to call them. But it's also close to the trails. So I don't know. It was a good scouting session for me, I guess. But the area I was in just wasn't going to produce, and it's just a little bit too late to some cover here under this thing. It's just a little bit too late to pack up and move my stand, setup and everything. I actually debated coming in here just on the ground. So I was gonna try out my leafy suit, but it's not really a ghillie suit. I need a proper ghillie, I think, but I tried dyeing it, I tried spray painting it, but it smells, and I think it's got a little bit too much smell to it, but I was gonna try it anyway. But I didn't bring my other pack. I didn't bring my, my stools, like a tripod stool, kind of sit on the ground. This would have been a good spot and stock, kind of moving around kind of area, because there's lots of little, little mini drop-offs, little hills, and little kind of, like just drop-offs. So you can kind of tuck yourself into a lot of blowdowns. It's really thick in there. So I think next time I come in here, and I will come in here, while it's still got a lot of foliage, a lot of cover and stuff, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to come in on the ground. It's just not worth it it's a big area, but there's other hunters in here, and I think if you still hunt and move around and just kind of tuck into some places for a little bit, I think it's going to be a whole lot better personally. I like hunting on the ground. It takes you, plus later in the season too, if I ever get off of work, and come into a place like this, it takes a while to, set up all this, up and down, that kind of thing. And you lose so much time, and I like it on the ground better anyway. So I've definitely gotten better at doing this hang and hunt kind of stuff. It's I'm getting my system down better, but there's just more stuff now too. I'm having to carry. I'm gonna do a video on what's in my pack with this, but this is kind of like an early season one. Pretty much from now on, I'm gonna have to start taking a bigger pack, because I've got an extra vest, I've got my puffy jacket, I've got it's gonna have like more and more layers of clothes, and it just gets more and more bulk. And it's harder to just kind of lay everything out and get everything situated, and get up the tree and bring all that crap up the tree and then organize it while you're trying to balance on a little platform, So I've gotten a whole lot more comfortable actually being on the platform and shooting down, because I'll shoot my my small game head just as a practice, down into a leaf or whatever, and I'm getting good practice kind of shooting downward angles and stuff. But man, there's a lot of paraphernalia that you take with you. I mean, this is, it doesn't look like a lot, but I mean, there's a lot of crap in there, and it's just going to get more and more bulky as the season goes on. So anyway, again, another very uneventful episode of Bow Hunting Soul. I appreciate it, but next few videos I think I'm going to start doing are going to be a couple more of the gear stuff. I'll do what's in my pack. I'll do, like I promised, I'll go through the actual tree stand and sticks and all that kind of stuff. I'll do some videos on those. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know the production quality is at entry level at best. I really appreciate it, but I know there's a lot of guys and gals out there that are doing the exact same thing I am, and maybe I could learn something from you guys if you leave comments and stuff, or maybe you can learn something from something I'm doing, and we'll just be better hunters for it. So anyway, thanks for joining. Like, share, subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.